Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And I think you all know my story about AVA, basically the coin which I had for a couple of years, but I made a crucial mistake upon it. Today, I want to quickly give you guys a little bit of a warning to not make the same mistakes, while also diving into a couple of really interesting things I have found and of course, tell you guys why I'm ridiculously excited about the future for the crypto that we are holding. Starting it off though, guys, comment down below what your favorite coin is and why it is XRP. No, just put down below what your favorite coin is, and let me start with this story. So, for all of you that do not know, I have this crypto channel since 2017 somewhere, so we've been doing this for like I think 3.5 years at least. And one of the fun things is we always like to go a little bit with the trend. So we like to go with a lot of different crypto projects which are really out and about at those points. And really at one point I was all about the crypto bots. I was really doing a lot of crypto trading in the videos, and I was always talking about crypto bots, which one I was using, and how profitable it was, just showing you exactly everything from the bot. And one of the fun ones was Profit Trailer. Some of you will know, some of you will not. But back then, I basically had tweaked the settings where it would just buy me a couple of coins every so often and DCA its way down. And one of the coins it bought back then was ETH-Lend, which was basically the name back then. Could have even been a different name, but I believe it is ETH-Lend, which turned into AVA. Point being, it bought that, and yeah, at one point or another, the crypto market turned around. So a lot of the coins that I bought to quickly get some profit on actually never became profitable anymore, or at least not in the shorter term. So your bot account basically would look like less and less and less and less. So a fun story, I even bought Encash there. I believe I bought 1 Bitcoin worth of Encash, which right now is worth literally frick all, like nothing basically, just because it kept DCAing its way down. My mistake, yes, but that's a story for another day and another, I guess, learned lesson. It bought a lot of ETH-Lend, and what I did was I was so kind of devastated, but more so kind of bummed out that I was so deep into alts that I had no clue about, because the bot was just buying left and right with no fundamentals, just coins that were following the parameters I put in basically. I was so bummed out that I quit the Binance account. I just logged out and I didn't log back in for about 4 years, because I logged back in one of the days, I also talked about it in a video a couple of weeks ago. Right, a couple of weeks ago, maybe a couple of months ago already, I logged back in for the first time after at least 3 years, which is really interesting to me because I actually completely forgot there was money in the Binance account, and when I opened it up, it was one of my most profitable coins ever, because apparently ETH-Lend had turned into AVA, and you know what I did? I sold it nearly instantly. AVA then had made a top at about $82 per coin, and then fell back down to about $65, and I thought this whole ordeal, again, I had no idea what alpha was. I just saw my Binance and saw profit. I was like, damn, sell, sell, sell. And I bought some XRP. I had no clue what I really did. Fun story, or fun part about it being, I could have gotten at least 8 times my money if I had held that. So again, we're talking really life-changing money in that sense, if it's times 8. In a different sense, I'm also very grateful for what I did. Because you know what I've did? I just bought some coins, didn't know too much about them, but okay, I bought some coins, which at that point I guess I thought were good, and I held them. How long? In this case, 3 years. How much did it cost me? Well, I guess I lost some money at the start, psychologically and on paper, but in reality, it only got me a lot of money by just waiting. And I think that will be the way it's going to go for most crypto, and specifically for coins like XRP. Why? Well, it may be so that this whole lawsuit ordeal is actually going to take up the rest of the year, if not more. But I firmly believe, if you buy today, I'm not saying you should, all right? Don't get this twisted. I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying what I believe. And I'm just a random person on the internet. I'm not your dad. I'm not a guru. So don't take this as financial advice. I'm just talking about what I think. I firmly believe that if I were to buy XRP today, well, however much, that if I look back at these coins in 3.5, maybe 4 years, because again, you can't time it perfectly, that you'll be in a huge amount of profit. I'm talking life-changing amounts of profit. I'm not knowing if it's going to be times 10 or times 50 or times 20, 75, times 8, what else? But I'm just almost, I'm 99% sure that would be in a crazy amount of profit by just waiting a couple of years, knowing in the back of my head that crypto cannot stop, and XRP is a top freaking coin. The only downside is if they were to lose this lawsuit, which I don't think they will. I think Ripple might lose on a couple accounts. For example, that Brett Garlinghouse sold something, or that XRP used to be a security. They might settle for something like that. But XRP right now isn't a security. I cannot buy that. I cannot believe that they would lose the lawsuit like that. So, and otherwise, again, Ripple would also leave the country, but that might leave XRP down for a little bit longer. So that might be a little bit annoying, a little bit of mud in the freaking grass. I'm talking about if they're winning, which is 99% sure in my opinion. Things in a couple of years will just look out good. The only problem is our psychological barrier of checking our portfolios way too often. For example, I just saw an article here, PayPal. 50% of crypto holders open the app daily amid Bitcoin surge. You know how annoying that is as a crypto holder? How annoying it is to watch your portfolio daily? Why? Well, I actually have logged into I just logged into a Binance account just now because I, for the first time ever, made one that's easily accessible on some of my platforms. I only normally have accounts which are ridiculously annoying to get into, kind of on purpose because I don't want to check it too often, and kind of because I just want to be safe with them, which I always recommend people. And I usually don't really like to keep money on exchanges. Of course, I have a little bit though. You know how difficult it for me is right now to look at profit. For example, my portfolio has gone up at least 25% in the week. Because of all the altcoins that I bought, at least 25%. You know how difficult that is to just watch that profit sit there, not do anything with it? It's very difficult. I have some dollars somewhere. You know how difficult it is for me to not just take every single dollar I have and just pour it in because I just saw the profit on my other coins already? It is because I plan it out perfectly that I can, keep myself managed. So the dollars that I have them there for a good reason. And the crypto I have them for a good reason. That I can keep myself kind of, composed. If I hadn't, I would definitely have put in more money that I'm able to lose on one side, or just money that I should be using more responsibly or should be waiting for a little bit of a dip. On that sense, I'm also telling people to not necessarily wait for the dip, because if you do, there's a good chance you'll end up in tears eventually. I already talked about that previously in the previous video. If you're always waiting for the dip, always looking for a better buying opportunity, there's a very good chance that you'll never get that opportunity and have to, wait either a whole cycle or just never get the chance to buy the coin. If you waited for Bitcoin to hit $3,000 while you had the chance to buy it at $3,300, you wanted to get it 10% cheaper, well, right now at $50,000, you most likely want to stab your foot, right? Because that's very freaking annoying. I don't think anybody likes that. Same thing for XRP at 17 cents. If you were waiting for a 15-cent XRP, right now we're at 60. Again, you could have almost quadrupled your money still. Point being, guys, just buy and hold, buy and hold, buy and hold. It's just so much simpler. And really, checking your portfolio every single day, it has no use unless you're going to do something with it. If you're planning to buy some coins, just check out the freaking live coin watch or websites like that for coins that you want to buy. Don't check those things daily. In a different sense, guys, check out GSX2. I personally have a couple $1,000s in this, primarily for the reason that it's the first gold-backed crypto. As the first of its kind, it's a pretty interesting idea from an already established community, or basically, company in the crypto space. And it's the first growth coin too. To me, it's really interesting, and I'm kind of betting on this one, as it's not a guarantee that this one will work ridiculously well, right? But I'm thinking right now it's 10 cents a coin, plus a 14% bonus, plus a 5% bonus for using my link. And what if you go times 525? That's the kind of stuff I'm hoping for here, right? They have some roadmap with some plans and some ideas, but I'm always a little bit on the more positive side, in the sense that I have seen so many coins out there which in the pre-sale were so ridiculously cheap, especially in bull markets, where just a couple of days later, a couple of weeks later, they just pop off because people think about it, people see the opportunity, people think the same way that we were thinking in the pre-sale. And so I'm thinking, if there's a bull market and there's a couple of good coins I can buy in pre-sale so that are cheaper than the market price basically, I would definitely do that. Even if they're not that amazing, if they aren't 100% certain, I know there's just an opportunity for times 25 or times 40. So I just want to kind of check it out and test. Again, these things have a higher risk than buying a coin like XRP or Bitcoin for that matter, but they have a higher profitability too, and that's why I try them. It's not a guarantee though. You may lose money with stuff like that. With these more established crypto, you may also lose money, of course, but I think there's a little bit of a smaller chance. There's more of a chance that you will lose some money, for example, be down 20% for a shorter term. but it can go better. With stuff like this, it is really, in my opinion, all or nothing, which is like either we go times 50 over the longer term, which is some crazy ass returns, or we literally just get $0 because they do something crazy. That's the way I usually see these types of things. So again, I wouldn't put my whole freaking money balance sheet in there, but I definitely try out these type of stuff. And if you have any recommendations for me, don't put any links down below, but just put some project names. I always like checking them out because what if there's a gem in there, a low market cap gem? I might just put some money into it. Why not? By the way, we are getting ridiculously close to $1 trillion in Bitcoin. It is almost freaking there. What a time. What a time. My days. Then Cardano liquidity mining to open on Binance Smart Chain. ADA holders can now benefit from liquidity mining via Venus protocol. Actually, this is just a very small bit of news I wanted to cover because I wanted to not only talk about XRP or AVA, just wanted to have some other stuff. Another one here, Chainlink has yielded 226% returns in the last 7 days. Hugely profitable. I didn't even notice that Chainlink was actually gaining this much. Then Mark Cuban says Ethereum is a better than Bitcoin as a store of value. I think this guy just wants to be heard and he wants people to listen to his opinion, but he's not a crypto man. I don't trust him for his crypto opinions. He's a very, 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 very big whale, I guess, in the world. And he has a lot of money, and he's owned or invested in a lot of good companies in that sense. But crypto is not his game, right? Crypto, of course, he's trying to make money with it, but that's not my thing. I mean, a crypto person, in my opinion, is somebody who's been here for years and literally has made most of his money either with crypto or he's mostly invested in crypto or is mostly busy with crypto. This is a side venture for him. I don't see people as the same, right? I don't see those guys who are in finance for years and years and years just, hopping onto crypto this year, a couple of months ago, and now all of a sudden they feel like they're gurus. Screw that. I'm not all about that. If he's been here for 10 years and all of a sudden he's talking that, he has 50% of his money at least in crypto, all right, he's goated. He can talk. Because a lot of these fund managers who are really, in my opinion, goats for having placed huge, enormous bets on crypto with loaned money even, those are the guys I look up to. Why? Because they could have taken themselves to the complete freaking gutter by making these bets, but they went for it because they really believed in crypto. If that guy tells me, I like Bitcoin and that's what I made a lot of money with, but I really think Ethereum is actually better as a store of value, I take it with a lot of respect. From one perspective, because he's just trying to get his bag, he's most likely trying to pump Ethereum. In a different sense, because that guy has literally made a lot of money with crypto. This guy is most likely already a huge millionaire or at least a billionaire, something like that. Yeah, he can talk to me about that because he has authority in the space. He's been here for a little while. You guys see what I'm trying to say, right? I just don't like these types of guys who talk about it because I, first of all, know they have a different motive there because he's just a casual finance type of guy, so they always have some motive. And second of all, because he's just been here for so short and all of a sudden he's trying to point us into a certain direction. Get out of here, man. And then the $48 million Toyota Prius and other cars bought in Bitcoin worth a fortune today. With Bitcoin at an all-time high of nearly $50,000, there's a bit of regret to be felt for these early splurges. And that's one thing I always like to just tell people too. Think about this AVA story. If I just held it and I didn't, purchase XRP or didn't purchase something else, I really recommend against buying altcoins with altcoins, by the way. It can only hurt you in the longer run. Sometimes you're lucky because the first couple of days, this AVA actually stopped and went down. While XRP went from about 25 cents, which I then bought it at, to, I don't remember, I think it was like 67 or 65 cents or so. So I basically tripled my money in XRP while just getting a hugely profitable trade in AVA. That was amazing. But then XRP fell back down and AVA went times 9 or so, something like that. So AVA went times 9, XRP went times 3 or so. Again, could have made a lot more money with AVA in hindsight. In the end, though, it's all because I wanted to be kind of greedy. I wanted some different coins. And because there's always a thing where if you've made profit, you're thinking, let me just buy something else with it. But it will always stick in your mind what you could have made with the money. And that's the fun part, right? There's a ton of people who have bought some cars with crypto before. In this case here, by the time it had reached $22 in February, he met a private seller in Florida who was willing to sign his Prius over for 1,000 BTC. Equivalent to approximately $22,000, by early December of the same year, it would be worth upwards of $120,000. Right now, yeah, we don't really want to talk about how much money that is, but you could have bought a lot for it. Then, as I mentioned above, 2013 was a good year. And here you can see 2013, some guy bought a Lambo with Bitcoin. Gets here next week. What should I expect? Yeah, it is definitely interesting. That Lamborghini received 216 Bitcoin. Basically, that cost him 216 Bitcoin, worth nearly $210,000 at the time. Right now, 10.5 million. You're really going to hate yourself for all these things, so don't take a good look at it. You don't want to. You really, really don't want to. But in hindsight, yeah, it's always that way. You know, you can literally make these mistakes. Everybody can. All right, everybody can make mistakes like this. It's just a question of how you want to see things, right? You could always think about it in a different sense too. You want to cash out, for example, some profit from crypto because you have, for example, 50,000 Bitcoin. You want to cash out 1,000 Bitcoin for a car because you made a ton of freaking profit. Okay, it's all good, right? But yeah, you should always think about it in the back of your head that you're going to have these regrets, most likely, like everybody does. Let's see what else I had. Coinbase Ventures Paradigm invests $12 million in Synthetics DeFi platform. 3 prominent venture capital firms bought tokens directly from the DAO's treasury. Just thinking about that all the time. If you ever see stuff like that, I always think it's a very good idea to actually put some money into it, because if they're doing it, well, we should probably do too, because they know. And popular crypto analyst predicts XRP's price will surge to outperform Bitcoin. I think over the next week, 7 days exactly, to about the 22nd, 21st maybe, will still increase in XRP price. So stay watching, as I think a lot of people will buy in and get into the space right now. So just stay tuned and keep watching it. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Take care, everybody. Have a nice day. Also, longer term, I really think XRP will still outperform Bitcoin, but whatever.